Hey guys, welcome to another episode of RossDraws, and today I'll be teaching you guys my top essential tips for painting portraits. This is NIMAVERSE month on my Patreon, so I revealed my brand new character Lyris from my upcoming book Nima. We made a landscape for her, and today we'll make a dedicated portrait. Let's get into it. Top 5 tips for painting portraits. This is the portrait that we have today. I did a quick portrait sketch of Lyris. Some of these tips may seem subjective at times, but these tips are my personal favorites from over the years that I use to make my portraits look awesome. So tip number 1 is to group your shapes. Grouping your shapes makes the painting process so much easier when painting portraits. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. So the way I sketched this, I thought about grouping my shapes and I kept that in mind. So that's shape number 1. That's shape number 2. That's shape number 3. That's shape number 4. You see here, by simplifying and grouping my shapes, I've simplified the painting process. Let me show you some real life examples of portraits being broken down. For this one right here, we have the sweater, we have her face, and then we have the hair. And if you want to paint this, you can easily dissect each area. For this one, we have this long shape here, we have the head, and then the components. For this one, it's a little more complex, but the shapes are still there. We have her head, her super curly hair, this jacket, and this blouse. We have the head, we have the earring, we have this sliver of texture, and the coat. So I'm gonna show you what I just did for Nima. Yay! My OC Nima. We have her skin, we have her coat, we have her hair, and then we have the shape.
Yeah!
And then, when you have your basic shapes, you go deeper into the shadow shapes. But before we get to that, I'm gonna tell you tip number 2, which is define your light. I'm gonna do a classic portrait lighting, like a top 3/4. And that will dictate my shadow shapes. I've identified my light source, and this is just like a math problem. I'm trying to figure out where the shadows lay on the form. It's looking pretty good. Something to think about is to imagine your character and think about what type of lighting sources can bring out the life in your character. Because different lighting scenarios will have a different impact on us. I'm gonna give her a more mysterious look and do like a back rim lighting. So I'm gonna color dodge a little bit. Ooh. We have a really good foundation here, and so I'm going to refine it a bit, and I'll check back in with the next tip. Hey guys, welcome back, and here's the progress of our piece so far. And this is the perfect time to bring out the third essential tip, blush. Yeah, this is a personal favorite tip of mine that I love using, and I learned this from observing fashion makeup. I noticed when I add a nice blush to my character, it brings out a really natural, beautiful glow. And so we're gonna try it here. Ooh, look at that. Some blush here. And then some blush tones under the eyes. Nice, look at that. I just used the blush tone and blended some of these edges. This is a perfect segue into the 4th tip, exaggerate edges. This is something I learned at the beginning of my art journey. And by exaggerating edges, you make it more interesting and it stimulates the brain. Yeah, so I'm gonna lasso this right here. Ooh. I'm gonna try this one up here. On this nose bit. So this is before and after. It's basically making the shadow and light sharper and softer. I picked this up from some of the best digital portrait painters. They really love exaggerating that sharpness and the softness. And the 5th and final tip for painting portraits is instant gratification highlights. Yes, this will instantly make your portrait pop. Right here. Ooh. Nice blue right here. Yeah, I'm placing this where the highlights are, trying to get that nice little shine. Before and after. You can tell that it brings it to life. It's instantly gratifying. And then we're gonna do the reverse, which are
the deep shadows.
Nice. I'm just kind of punching it out with the instant gratification shadows and highlights, bringing out the nice features of the portrait.
Wow!
To recap our 5 essential tips on painting portraits: group your shapes, find your light, exaggerate edges, blush, and instant gratification highlights and shadows. You know what? I'm gonna add one more nice highlight. I think the piece is looking really cool. I'm gonna finish it and I'll check back in with the final. Hey guys, welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I personally love painting portraits, and those are my personal favorites that I've picked up from over the years. This video parallels my big Patreon revamp. I'm redoing my entire Patreon to focus more on world building, and all my patrons this month will receive one of these 4 mystery character pins. If you want to win a book or a print, this video's question is, what is your favorite art tip? What is a tip that really stuck with you and helped your art? For me, I really loved warm light and cool shadows. I feel like that solves a lot of my art problems. So let me know your favorite tip in the comments below and we'll choose a lucky subscriber. Next week is the final week of NIMAVERSE month. I'm bringing on a very good friend of mine and we're gonna draw some character expressions. My book Nima is coming out really soon. I can't wait, so hang tight. Don't forget to subscribe and remember, every day is a color dodge day.